Episode 4 begins with Chang letting us know that he saw Episode 3 of Manic Summaries, and he has a few words to say about it.
So harsh, and hurtful, and racist.
Chang gives Annie a perfectly normal boop on the nose and kiss on the forehead, and lets the class leave. Out in the hallway, Jeff avoids Shirley like an asshole, and Britta, having been humbled in last week's Holy War, chastises him for it.
That's mean.
At the end of their walk, we meet Vaughn. Vaughn is a hacky-sack playing hippie with a heart of gold and the hots for Britta.
No worries.
He also does cool flips. We next find ourselves in the Greendale cafeteria. Annie has heard that Professor Duncan is running a funny moment content farm and offers up her friends Troy and Abed in exchange for extra credit.
My purse in my duffel and my duffel in the boot of my lorry, so...
The group's moral compass, Pierce, has gotten himself a new listening device to help him monitor the group and keep everybody in line this week.
And this is earnoculars.
Annie arrives at the table to get Troy and Abed on board with the content farm under the guise of it being a social experiment.
Some kind of experiment.
Do they do stuff to your butt? I'll do it. I'm in.
Hey! How about you, Abed?
I bought a whip.
Oh, thank you, Abed. Oh.
Jeff joins Vaughn and Britta to get some diet advice and a high five.
Green tea.
Yeah, give me some of that.
Now in Professor Duncan's content farm, he explains that he is using potentially unethical means to evoke funny moments and reactions from the participants without their consent. Duncan sends Annie out to get their first funny moment from the group.
Let's do this.
Hi, Senior Chang.
No! No, 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 no! You lied to me!
Knowing Pierce could be anywhere monitoring their behavior, Jeff and Shirley try to have a nice conversation.
Short legs.
You got a kid, right?
What's that?
Nothing.
But in no time, the pair are once again insulting and making fun of their peers.
So Pierce isn't exactly right in the head, is he? How about that guy that's always around flirting with Britta?
I know, he's the worst, Vaughn.
Back at the farm, Duncan is reviewing the funny moments they've gotten from the group so far. The only ones left to provide reactions are Troy and Abed.
And then there were two.
Fortunately for them, Troy's lack of rectal attention drives him to his limit, and he provides the most YouTube-ready reaction yet.
No, no, Annie! What is going on in there? Why? What? Here! You promised Buster!
Outside, Shirley gets way out of pocket and gives Jeff her shocking opinion on school segregation.
Cute white people going to school together just seems right.
And then we discover that Vaughn and Britta have entangled themselves romantically.
That was tacky out there. You won't ever see that again.
Oh.
No worries, brah.
Shirley wants to continue making fun of Vaughn, but Jeff resists now that Britta is dating him.
But I want to be unpredictable.
And when Shirley starts to steer the conversation back to her earlier abhorrent comments, Jeff runs away entirely.
No!
Oh, well.
No!
Jeff!
Ever the hero, Abed is easily resisting the content farm. He knew what was happening from the get-go, and now he's using his silent stoicism to turn the tables on the farmers, forcing them to abandon the land, and in the case of Ian Duncan, create a funny moment himself. Back in the cafeteria, Jeff is getting to know Vaughn.
Britta said that you did a lot of community service.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I wish somebody asked me that.
Shirley catches up to Jeff and emasculates him by having Vaughn take his shirt off in front of him.
I guess it's, well,
Jeff gets out of there, but now Britta decides to exposit to him about her sex life with Vaughn.
He gave me something.
herpes?
Britta also shows Jeff a poem that Vaughn wrote, and Jeff immediately sees forced rhyme patterns, a lack of thematic unity, and a terrible attempt at writing an iambic pentameter. He can't help it, and copies the poem to show Shirley. where they share an elitist laugh at the amateur poet.
Look at this.
Pierce overhears the pair being mean again on his new earnocular. Annie tries to chastise Abed for ruining the content farm, but Abed drops the hottest comeback of 2009.
Because you asked me to stay and you said we were friends.
Shirley wants to show the rest of the group Vaughn's poem, but Jeff doesn't want to expose them to such incompetent writing.
We shouldn't show that.
No, it's fine.
Vaughn catches them laughing at his poetry
This is the least tight thing that's ever happened to me.
and dumps Britta. Feeling bad and trying to move on, Jeff and Shirley attempt to have a normal conversation.
I'm pot stirrer.
Details. Details! Details!
Annie makes up with Abed.
We're cool.
Jeff makes up with Britta.
You suck.
No, I know, and
And our moral compass Pierce closes out the episode with an important lesson.
We were designed by the people we love.